Okay. Hello. Hello, everybody. I'm here a little bit to talk about. What am I here to talk about? So, here to talk about Apple, because you guys know that recently I bought this iPhone 17e. Look at it. It's pretty good. Hold on. Yeah. It's pretty good. You can see it looks a little bit purple light right there because that's where the camera is, I think. I think the look at that. It's for some reason it's like purple. That's where the front facing camera is, I guess. Anyway, point being. So allegedly Apple is announcing some products this June. Usually June is like their WWDC. Listen. I've watched every conference there ever was with Steve Jobs in it, and a lot of the conferences that Apple has done, because I'm always interested in what Apple's doing. I'm interested in what Microsoft's doing, but I typically don't watch like Microsoft's like corporate, conferences. I usually pay attention to what I don't even watch Apple much anymore, to be honest with you. I only watch when there's something interesting going on. Unfortunately speaking, like I have sort of fallen out of like watching the tech conferences because I don't really like look these products. I'll buy anything. I bought the iPhone 17e. I bought this Samsung here as my main phone, but I bought this iPhone because I really wanted. I don't know why it does that. It looks purple. Look. Do you see that? Hold on. Let me see if I can. Let me see if it. It's. I don't know, man. That's weird. But I do pay attention to what's going on. So allegedly, they're going to be announcing a bunch of products at this WWDC for the 50th anniversary or whatever, or somewhere relatively in the future. Because September or August, one of the two, is typically their iPhone event, where they announce the new iPhones. The new iPhones are going to be the iPhone 18 and iPhone 18 series, whatever. iPhone 18, 18 Pro, maybe an Air 2 or whatever. I didn't buy the reason I didn't buy the iPhone Air was because this one looked a lot better to me. I liked the design of this one a lot better, and it had enough storage. I bought 512 gigabyte model. It had enough storage that I could, theoretically, use it as I wanted to. But one product that they're possibly announcing. Now, I have no idea if they're going to announce it. So they're supposed to announce a couple of products. Maybe a MacBook Ultra. Some people say there's a MacBook Ultra which has a touchscreen. That would be cool. I wouldn't buy it. I try not to buy the MacBooks. The only MacBook I'm kind of interested in is the MacBook Neo, and that would just be an introduction into the Mac lineup for me. But I haven't bought one yet. I got myself a Windows laptop with a Snapdragon, and I got that for pretty cheap. I got that for like $520 through Target, and it was brand new, everything brand new. The only thing I want to do with that PC that I haven't done yet is I want to get a bigger SSD. I have an SSD in my Amazon cart that I'm just waiting for me to get the extra money for that, so I could just pay for it. And then I want to have Geek Squad clone my current SSD in that PC, and upgrade it. Basically, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to get. That's what I want to get done. So, the Apple might be releasing this new thing called RTX Spark that Nvidia is doing, and allegedly it's an ARM CPU with a GPU built, and the GPU is basically a RTX 5070 in a laptop, and it's built into the CPU. It's fucking technology is getting so wild, and I mean, don't even get me started on AI. I refuse to talk about AI because AI is kind of redundant, and I don't know what AI is good for other than telling me information that I want it to tell me. And when I say information, I want it to tell me. I ask it questions about myself all the time. Just to see what it says, just to see what bullshit it starts, saying now. Or sometimes if it's right, I'm like, holy shit, how did you fucking know that? I'm just like, how did you know this? I didn't know. I didn't even know I talked about this. It's kind of strange. Kind of strange. AI is. There was one thing I asked AI about. I'm like, why is Full Metal Kendo called Full Metal Kendo? And it told me that I was named Full Metal Kendo because I'm a fan of the anime, two animes, Full Metal Panic and Full Metal Alchemist, and also told me that I did a lot of BOF club in high school, and I was just like, how the fuck did you know that? I didn't. No, I've never told anyone that. Maybe I did. Actually, no. I might have mentioned it in a video in the past. I just don't remember like what video it was, and I'm not sure if it's up online anymore. But someone allegedly must have posted it. But anyway, back to what I was saying before. Apple might be releasing a Mac Mini with an M5 and M5 Pro chip, Mac Studio, and a Mac, or not a Mac. They are releasing a new iMac. That is something that they're just going to do. But they allegedly might be releasing an iMac Pro, and they're talking about I think I read an article talking about, these are all the products that Apple is planning on announcing this year. It's like, oh, great, an iMac Pro? Holy shit. Now, the thing I gotta say about the iMac Pro is I never bought, the original iMac Pro, even though I wanted one, because, first of all, it was too fucking expensive, and to be honest with you, back then, it was like, Apple was kind of underpowered. Now, Apple has pretty good specs, because their CPU chip, or whatever, that they build themselves, they design and do everything themselves. I'm just like, okay, so I just hope it's not too expensive. That would be the worst thing you could do. Especially with the chip. I could understand if it costs like $3,000 for the base model, just the base model. Let's just assume it's the base model. But the base model's got to be decently spec'd. All the specs have got to be high end, right? Because it's an iMac, and people are gonna put it in their homes or use it as a creative tool or whatever. If Apple comes out with this new iMac Pro, so to speak, and they charge maybe let's say $3,500. Let's say $3,500 for this iMac Pro. Okay, I mean that's a pretty good price. I mean, I'm just saying, guys, that's a pretty good price. $3,500 for a base iMac Pro, and if you want to spec it out to your heart's content, guess what? You can do that. I would want a little bit better CPU, slash GPU, more cores. Obviously, more cores. You gotta have more cores, and then I would want at the very least 4 terabytes of storage. 4 terabytes of storage. I would settle for 3, but I don't think they make 3 terabytes as far as NVMe's go. I mean, imagine if they did. Holy shit, that would be. I mean, it would be a little more expensive than a 2 terabyte, but can you imagine them making the first 3 terabytes of storage thing? That they're not going to do that, but I can tell you that would be cool. But Apple might. They might do great things. Hopefully this iMac Pro is not a disappointment and doesn't cost $5,000 like the last one. The last iMac Pro was $5,000, and I was like, come on, guys. At the very least, if you're gonna charge me $5,000 for an iMac Pro, if you're gonna charge me $5,000, at least put 4 terabytes of storage or 8 terabytes of storage in there. But they're not gonna do that. I don't fucking get it. Anyway, see ya.